Hello everybody, it's Cartoon 12 here, or ToonGal 12, or Casey, whatever you want to call me, back for a new reaction. Well folks, today is the day. The big one. And just in time for the holiday season, today I've got a real treat for you. Today we are going to be tackling the one, the only, the infamous Rapsittie Street Kids Believe in Santa. What is this exactly? Well, if any of you have ever been following Mysterious Mr. Enter, or Saber Spark, or Nostalgia Critic, or just anybody on YouTube really, then you may already be familiar with what is considered to be the worst Christmas special ever made. Well, despite almost everybody on the internet tearing this thing to shreds, I still felt that, especially with me doing my own reaction series, it was high time that I finally tackled this beast for myself. So, hopefully maybe I'll be able to give my own 2 cents into this disaster of a Christmas special. For the uninitiated, there's actually a lot of conflicting stories about how this thing actually came to be. And if you look up any of the people that I just mentioned, they can give you the backstory on this, or supposed rumored backstory on this, way better than I can and in much better detail. But at least to my knowledge, the short version is that apparently somebody out there wanted to create their own Christmas special, and they somehow managed to get, like, the voice of Belle, the voice of Ariel, Mark Hamill, like, they got, like, some of the most, like, top-tier voice actors to lend their voice talents to this, and yet, for whatever reason, the animation turned out terrible. Like, it looks like somebody's first time 3D animation project. How this got approved by any studio, I have no clue. But supposedly this aired one time on the WB. This actually managed to make it to national television. It was only aired once and then never released to the public again. And then somehow somebody out there managed to find a copy of this thing, put it on the internet, and now it's free out there for anybody to tear apart. So the whole backstory behind this is really interesting and kind of mysterious as to how this train wreck came together, that you somehow have the budget to get all of these top-tier voice actors together, and yet your animation turns out like this. Like, did any of the voice actors even, like, see what this looked like at all? How did this get through any, like, approval stages at all, that it somehow ended up on TV? Unless whoever this person was just had enough money that they were able to pay off a bunch of people to get this to air. I don't know. The only other thing I could possibly think of is that maybe the people at the WB saw it, mistakenly thought that it was like supposed to be a joke or a parody of Christmas specials and put it on to be funny, then realized that this person was being serious, and then they pulled it. Who knows? So needless to say, I'm technically not going into this totally blind. Like, I've seen plenty of other people's, like, commentaries on this and whatnot. This is how I discovered this thing to begin with, but this'll be my first time actually sitting down and watching the entire thing for myself, like, without commentary, without any edits or anything. I'm finally going to sit down and watch this entire thing and judge for myself just how bad it actually is. So, one thing to note going into this, as you've probably already seen, the animation in this, the artwork is just horrible. And we would be here all day, like pretty much the entire commentary would be taken up of me just continuously commenting on how bad the animation is. So we're gonna just drop that part entirely. I mean, if there is something like some snafu that comes up that I think is funny, then I'll say something, but otherwise I'm pretty much gonna keep the comments about the animation to a minimum. I'll try to anyway. The thing that I'm mainly going to focus on is just like the plot, the characters, the character development, the voice work, the music, like everything else in it. Because I think when it comes to criticism, I think one of the key things is that you have to look at a piece of work and see, you have to ask yourself, what were the creators actually intending? Like, what was their actual intention behind this, and how well did they pull it off? So that's what we're going to be judging here. I mean, there's no question that the artwork is horrible, so we're not going to even waste time, like, even commenting on that. I'm going to mainly just try to look past that and just actually look at the story and characters and whatnot, and see if there actually is some merit to this, some goodness in here, buried in here somewhere. But now I'm just stalling, so without further ado, hang tight for the ride with me here. Will I be the same person by the end of this? Probably not, but I'm doing this for you guys, so here we go. This is Rapsittie Street Kids Believe in Santa. 3, 2, 1, play. Something Falls welcomes you? The sign was already so far in the background I couldn't even read it. Oh, Comic Sans. Colin Slater, okay, that's who we have to thank for this. What's with this music? It sounds like Discount Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay, we can get started now.
It was the week before Christmas that I'm talking. I spent the day shopping with my grandma walking. All through the crowded mall, the pumping deck, the halls, pine trees with lights and all that, I'm just gawking. Cause all the toy stores are looking mighty packed. Electronic toys, video games, balls and bats. I saw a scooter with a motor that was flat. I hope there's room in Santa's sleigh just for that. I've been told this time of year is forgiven. Give to please others, Santa, this is how I'm living. But if you kindly find the time, deliver gifts 7, 8, and 9 from my list.
Word.
I'm not selfish, I'm just driven. I've been a good boy through the year, you better know it. Get ready, Santa Claus, to start decking the halls with gifts from my Christmas list.
Okay. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I mean, it's no Christmas in Hollis, but that was okay. It was kinda catchy. Do you think even kids nowadays would play with toys like that? Just get them an Xbox.
1, 2, 3 is all I see.
And that right there was the entire budget for this.
1, 2, 3, and no more.
Of course, I take that back. At least supposedly, there was like over $500,000 sunk into this thing for what I've heard. And If the voice acting list is any indication, you could probably guess where all of the budget went to, because it didn't go to this.
Mama, I miss you big.
Oh.
Mama, you gave me this bear 'cause of love. So I'll give this bear 'cause of love.
Hi, random character that you haven't introduced yet. Whoa, getting too close there, bear.
Another day, another D at Rapsittie Street Elementary.
I think they spelled
I have to dress
excellence
extra
wrong.
cute. Then Mommy schedules me for my own hair lady. Smithy!
Hey, Nicole Duck! I mean dinosaur!
Oh, brother.
I was just giving it some extra fluff. I guess the pressure to bug you is just too much for me to resist.
Whoa, the pressure's really getting to Smithy.
Okay, whoever's
Oh, God,
voicing
come on.
Smithy,
Ricky's gonna decorate the tree.
that is not a little kid voice at all.
Hey, watch me help him. Heads up, Ricky!
Whoa, look at all the ornaments. Hey, Ricky, hang 10.
Oh, Ricky actually got some talent.
Ricky, go!
I'm a decorating master, no one is faster. Don't you know I'm a Christmas tree blaster? Wow.
Alright, not the best rhymes in the
not
world, but
bad.
considering
For
that
you.
he's making this all up as he goes along, that
You're
takes
still not
talent.
one of us, shrimp.
Hi, generic bully. Uh-oh. No, not the MS Paint stock drawings.
That's a tough break, Ricky.
No, man, that's a lot of tough breaks. All over the place.
Just one tinsel too many.
Hey, Ricky, good job. Looks like you made a smash hit already.
It's still a nice tree, no matter what Todd says. He can't bother me.
Maybe somebody could help him
Ricky,
fix
We
it?
need a kid band with you rapping a song about me. Smithy, the cool dude.
Smithy small and round. He's
No,
closest to
Smithy the
ground. He's
jerkwad who
nobody's
isn't
fool.
helping
The
his
coolest
friend
kid in
fix
school.
the tree.
Hey, what's that?
It's for Nicole, the honey. I
Hey,
know she's
Ricky,
into money.
let me know anytime you want to fall down again. I'll be glad to shove you in the right direction.
Can we get some better dialogue for these bullies, please?
Let's get ready for recess.
Good. I'm ready to skate bigger and faster than my mom can make the biggest sandwich in the world.
Oh, recess.
Said
When we
no
return,
kid ever.
We will exchange gifts. Can't we please give out our presents now?
Okay, then that makes sense. That's probably why he doesn't want to go to recess yet, because they want to do the presents first. Alright, that I'll give you then.
Okay, let's go out and do some skating. You won't catch me hesitating.
That will be enough, Ricky.
Okay. I'll save my rapping for the presents.
Make sure
Okay.
all of you are buttoned
Alright,
up
that
for
was a
it.
good line.
I
I'll
don't
give it
think
that.
your parents would appreciate runny noses over vacation. Am I right, Smithy?
Yes, Mrs. Parmington.
Remember, come in promptly at the bell.
Teacher, don't you worry. Be right back in a hurry.
Ugh. I think I'll ask Santa for a vacation to a beautiful, quiet island.
This poor teacher is just like so exasperated.
Bring on the cheer. Time to share all the love and joy throughout the year. It's not the presents
okay, the song playing isn't...
Sandwich. You won't get
It's
away from
okay. I mean, honestly, Ricky's rap I liked a little bit better, but this
Yeah,
one's
right, Bully
okay.
boy. No one can catch the Smith man.
I'm gaining on you, Smithy.
Okay, can somebody tell me, in what school do any of you out there know of any schoolyard, any playground yard that has their own ice skating rink? What school has their own ice skating rink?
Get it?
And what school is it that I can go to it? Because I want an ice skating rink at my school.
And I didn't think it could get any colder out here.
Why does Ricky like Nicole again?
Pretend we're famous skaters.
Had enough yet? Aren't you tired?
T-pose to assert your dominance.
Go, Tug! I'm almost there!
You better give up if you know what's good for you.
Yeah.
Whoa, this reeks. I want waves, not ice. Something stinks on ice.
Come on, Smithy. Didn't your mommy teach you to share?
What? What was that voice acting? No! My sandwich!
I said good.
And considering how long he's been holding on to that sandwich, why would that kid want to eat it? I would not even want to touch it, much less put it in my mouth.
What did you get from the grab bag, Nicole? Anything good? Oh, hey,
Well, that scene was clearly extended just to extend the runtime.
cheap is not cool, Lene. Now my gift's the best. It came from the mall. I
Oh,
brought
really?
that in a grab bag, Nicole. It's a great reindeer. I picked her out myself.
Jeez.
Ow, ow! Miss Farmington, get him away from me!
Get him away from me.
That means he likes you.
Oh,
He just
God,
doesn't
no.
know he does.
Alright, that right there was the worst thing in the special.
Class, I need your attention.
Worse than the animation, worse than the so-so
This is such a great time
songs
of
and
year,
voice
Miss
acting.
Fox.
That right there, that
How's you
comment
and
was
our
the
little
worst
angels
thing
doing?
in
Our
this.
little angels are doing just fine. Thank you very much.
Hello, sir. I hope you have a really, really happy holiday.
Why, thank you, Lene. I just
She's on that side of the class.
A Merry Christmas. And you too have a happy holiday, Ms. Farmington.
You as well. I know that my family is just going to spoil me rotten to the core.
I...
As it's been
Okay,
another
question.
wonderful
What
year in the
grade are these
Farmington
kids
household.
in
Yeah.
at all? It's elementary school, so I'm assuming it's like around the 5th grade. But a lot of this classroom looks more like a kindergarten or 1st grade classroom, but all of the girls look like they just used a teenage or grown-up body model for them. It's almost like every age group is in this class.
I guess those skills come
Well,
later.
what do you want, Ricky? What could we possibly have to talk about?
We can all discover something important about giving, just like
Oh,
Santa.
Ricky, don't do
Santa
it.
Claus?
Duh! You know the very important man that won't visit you if you're not good?
Does Santa shop at the mall? No. So that makes
No.
no sense.
What was
My
that?
presents come from
And by
malls.
the way, Nicole here,
weird,
that is Belle from Beauty and the Beast. That is
I
Belle
know that's
herself.
mine. It better be good.
And no offense to the voice actress, but she does not do a mean girl voice good.
Merry Christmas, Nicole.
Have you lost your mind?
Oh.
Are you purposely trying to embarrass me? I can't even exchange this nasty old thing.
Ricky, why do you like her?
You might be smart with books, but you sure are stupid. I give you a real gift, and you don't get it.
So far, Ricky is like the other, well, Lene too, but Ricky is like the only good character in this whole thing.
Hey, brat! Who do you think you are?
Oh, God.
Treating people the way you do. It's really gross that Ricky likes you, but he's my friend, and you're not.
Whatever.
She is worse than the Grinch and Ebenezer Scrooge combined.
This is so great. I know you like this stuff, Nicole. Of course. It's sold in the malls, so I know they spent lots of money. Uh-huh. And we go to this really big store. Mm-hmm. And it starts with a W. Whatever.
Was that supposed to be a dig at Walmart?
Ricky, who gave you that candle? Oh, that is a really nice...
That's a pretty bright candle.
Why? Do you see anything else?
Oh, see, for the kids nowadays.
I'm the scat man.
Dear Santa, please send me a video box. And please send toys to all the kids in my class. Even Nicole. I gave her my special bear that Mama gave me before the angels took her. Thank you, your friend,
Aww.
Ricky Rogers. There. All done.
Seriously, Ricky is like the...
Sending letters.
I'll be back in a hurry, Great Grandma.
Always in a hurry.
Ricky is like the only good person in this whole neighborhood. Like, Nicole does not deserve him. He seriously doesn't notice that? That he lost his card?
I know I will. What do you think Santa will bring you this year? You still believe in Santa Claus? That's so last year. I suppose the tooth fairy still comes for your baby teeth.
Poor Lene. And why is
Santa Claus!
why is Lene
As my
friends with her
princess, you're
too?
a
Like,
good
who?
girl
Why are
today.
anybody
Not
friends
only
with
have I
her?
been good today, but I've been a good girl all year long.
Yeah, sure you
know
have.
I'm the bestest kid in the world, Mommy.
I know you are. And I'm the luckiest mom in the world.
Your luckiest mom in the world who's wearing like a one-piece onesie?
Look at me, look and you'll see the best kid in the world. Look at me, look and you'll see just how good I can be. 'Cause on Christmas Eve, old Santa will see.
Okay, once again, song is okay, singing is okay, because, you know, you got the voice of Belle singing here. So,
Look at me,
it...
my room's spotless, everything in a row. Look
It...
at me, brush my teeth twice, behind my ears are so clean.
What are these lyrics?
On Christmas Eve,
It's like, so far,
old Santa will
Ricky's song honestly was the best one.
the best kid
And it's like,
in the world.
systematically, each song is just getting worse and worse.
You see,
And, like, phonetically, like, voice-wise, it sounds okay.
a student
It's just that
works all
the lyrics are so bad.
Look at me, tell me what else.
Watch as I do the robot.
Hey, old Santa Claus, you know better, so you know
Nicole
I
seems
will
sure
try.
that there isn't. I don't know. What am I gonna believe?
Honey, is something bothering you?
No, nothing. When's Daddy coming home?
Soon. Right after he picks up the Christmas
I think the
tree.
thing that's bothering her is she's wondering, why was I ever friends with Nicole in the first place?
Mom, just want to wait for Daddy, okay?
That's fine. Nana is on her way as well, so we can all decorate the tree as a family. Come on, it's Christmas. Cheer up. I wonder what that letter is doing out there.
Hey, you're opening the mail, someone else's mail. That's illegal.
Oh no, Ricky. What have I done?
You just got forwarded it. Isn't that what Santa does? It was from my heart. Oh.
The grandma. Oh my god.
Christmas. How? When I feel so bad.
Oh my god, sitting through this entire Boar Fest was worth it.
Hey,
Just to hear
we're
that.
looking for Ricky's bear.
I've got to find it.
Oh boy, here comes trouble.
If I didn't see it, I wouldn't believe it. Let me guess. You were thrown out of the mall, so you're shopping at the dumpster. Do they take credit cards?
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
Poor little princess is
You know, I
turned
had
into
a
garbage
severe
man.
bully problem in school, but even my bullies weren't as lame as
Hey,
these
you know,
guys.
Your hair is gonna be a mess.
Also, I was going to say earlier that Nicole must really have good eyesight that she was able to see a white envelope on her lawn amid the white snow.
Girls being so bossy anyway. Gee
With them.
whiz.
Or smells us with them.
Those guys are
Who
so
wrote
lame.
this?
Never mind them. Ricky's mom gave him that bear. I can't let him give me something so special. I've got to find it for him.
Nicole, you killed the bear. Now he's gone to trash heaven, and poor Ricky is gonna cry because of you.
Oh, come on.
I think he was already crying before.
Ricky, help us find it. Where could it be?
Wait! I've seen the cleaning man take trash down in the basement before. Maybe it's there. Gee,
Why
Dad,
would the
come on,
janitor
Daddy,
take
answer the
trash to
phone.
the basement?
Smithy!
I love creeping out creepy girls.
This is gross.
This is stupid.
Oh, not funny,
Yes.
Smithy.
I saved you again, my friend.
Okay, is that the same sandwich from like the day before, or is that a new one that he made? And do I want to even know?
Yeah, Smithy. All the sandwiches in the world won't make you skate faster next time.
Cool. Stinky Smithy chasing a skating sandwich.
The big bad bullies think they're smarter than me. We'll just see about that.
We can't let them see us or my plan won't work.
This is so great.
So those scenes with the bullies and the scenes in the basement, what did that add?
Yeah,
Nothing.
we can find it, and we can take it. Maybe we can build a cool fort out of this junk.
I'm gonna have to do so much editing to this once we're done.
Why? Well, who's gonna hear us? Not who. What? Which what? There are... guard dogs!
The guard dogs are wiener dogs? Here we go with the discount Nightmare Before Christmas music again.
Hey, now what are you gonna do? The doggies are gonna get you.
Get him away from me!
Help! I want my mommy!
Well, if it gets these stupid bullies out of here who add nothing to this plot at all, I'm willing to forgive Smithy for everything else he's done in this.
Oh, look! There it is!
How did it get all the way over there?
How are we getting over that?
Oh, that's easy.
Just climb into that tree and jump over.
Can't you guys just go out the way you came?
Climb trees.
Why are
She
we
doesn't want to be late.
why are we climbing
Besides,
walls
now's
now?
not the time to be a girl.
What is this adding to the plot at all? Oh, I know. It's adding more runtime. Something tells me that this must have originally been intended to be like a 10 to 15, maybe 20 minute short. But then once they realized it was going to be on TV, they were like, "Hey, we have an hour slot to fill. You have to pad this out somehow." And we get nowhere scenes like that.
Wow. What are you doing here? And what happened?
Never mind. Here.
You may want to wash that bear first,
So
Ricky.
sorry.
Nicole, this was a gift for you.
But doesn't it mean a lot to you?
Yes. And so does friendship.
Oh. Well, at least Nicole learned her lesson, so I guess that's something.
This is my very favorite time of the year. I can remember you, Robert, as a little boy. Oh, you had such a hard time falling asleep on Christmas Eve.
What kid
I
doesn't?
remember one early morning, my sister, brother, and I running down the stairs, so excited, only to find nothing under the tree. We thought that Santa had completely forgotten about us. Well, I ran to the front window to see if Santa was flying by. And to my surprise, there, right
Look
on
how
the
her
porch,
hair's
sat
clipping through
brand
her
new
shoulder.
bicycles.
I want a pony for Christmas.
Santa's on his
Santa
way.
can just put
You don't believe me? Come and take a look. Do you see him? Do you see Santa?
No.
I do, Daddy. There he is.
Where?
He's there because I believe in him.
Oh.
Right, Daddy?
I didn't realize this was turning into a hidden objects game.
What's in your heart that matters
And
most?
how did the dad know that the clouds were just going to work out like that?
Do you hear that, Daddy?
I sure do, sweetheart.
I do hear it. It's time for another generic music number.
Daddy, will you try and help me understand? Daddy, are you sure that he's a special man? And there will always be a Santa.
And this is Ariel, folks, singing this.
Tell me you believe in Santa too.
Well, I liked it better than Nicole's song.
I love you.
Oh no, this is... Now you're ripping right from Charlie Brown. You do not have permission to do that. When you're this bad, you do not take from Charlie Brown.
Oh, honey, by the time I got out of the mall, the cleaners had already closed. So I bought you a new suit.
No surprises there. That's how I get most of my suits.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Merry
Mark
Christmas.
Hamill as the
Merry
dad.
Christmas, Nicole. Let's open your presents. Precious.
This is what Ricky asked Santa for.
Put a big smile on, Pumpkin. It's Christmas. You know what that means. Even more presents than on every other day.
Mommy, Daddy, may I go visit a friend?
Of course, Princess. Have a good time. It's a wonderful Christmas. I got the most beautiful wife and daughter. And of course, they have the most handsome husband and father.
Like, what human beings on Earth talk like this? Answer me that, please. Really, they had to show that entire walk cycle. Oh God, come on. Just make it to Ricky's house already.
Nicole?
Santa made a terrible mistake. He sent this present to the wrong house. So I ran over here as fast as I could.
Are you sure, Nicole?
Look, it has your name on it. Well, don't just stand there. Open it.
I thought you didn't believe in Santa.
Of course I do. How else could your present get to my house?
Could Santa make a mistake?
Well, you know he has a lot on his mind Christmas Eve.
Okay, so there is definitely some confusion here over
Later, and we'll go to Lene's house.
over how
Merry Christmas!
Santa works in this thing, but I'm gonna save it till the end because I got a lot to say.
Jenna.
Oh, wow! Thank you, Santa!
Oh, how cool is that?
And the way that the animation is, I can't tell whether is that supposed to be a real pony or just a giant stuffed pony.
Hey, I'm so...
Do you know what, Nicole? I never stopped believing in Santa. And you don't have to stop either.
I won't.
Oh, finally she talks normal.
That makes two of us.
Great Grandma, you always know just what to say.
Okay, well that didn't last long.
Yeah. Hey! What's that? Wow!
Yeah, no, seriously, good question. What is that?
Santa. Yeah!
That's right, that's right. I believe in Santa.
I am so proud of you, Princess.
And a Merry Christmas to all.
Shut that door.
Well, that was a great line to end on. Finally. Finally, it's over. Okay, everybody, so that was Rapsittie Street Kids Believe in Santa. And you're probably wondering, where did I suddenly go here? Why is this suddenly a voiceover? Well, that is because, I kid you not, literally as the video was ending, my camera decided to crap out on me. Apparently, even my camera decided to peace out. Even my camera could not stand watching another second of this thing and just crapped out on me right as the credits started rolling. So you're just gonna have to settle for a voiceover here for my closing thoughts. But anyway, yeah, that was Rapsittie Street Kids. So what can we glean from this? Well, if you could tell from the many cuts, like jump cuts and fast forwarding that I had to do through here, part of me was just so quiet through this whole thing because I literally just could hardly think of anything to say at all. This thing was just so unbelievably boring. It not even so bad it's good funny, but just so boring, it's unreal. There are so many moments in here, so many scenes that didn't need to be there, so many moments where the camera just holds on them for too long. Total scenes of people just walking down the street, sometimes not even with any music behind it at all. As I said earlier, you could probably tell that they maybe intended this to be a half hour, maybe just 15 minutes short, and then somehow they decided to try to extend it out into an hour, because then we get all these extra scenes that don't need to be there. Like that whole part with them searching for the bear, with the bullies picking on them going into the basement for no reason. Those two scenes did not need to be there at all. She could have just came to Lene and Smitty, said, hey, I figured out that what I did was wrong, we have to find that bear, and just went right to the dump and moved on. Like, those other two scenes did not need to be there at all. They were clearly there just to pad out the runtime of this thing. The bully characters don't even need to be there at all. They add totally nothing. Almost everybody's dialogue in this sounds like a robot wrote it. And then we have the musical numbers, which they just get progressively worse as time goes on. Honestly, I would say Ricky's rap at the beginning was, like, legit the best song in this thing. And then they each just get worse as time goes on, which is so weird to say because you've got Belle and Ariel themselves singing these, and their singing is good, obviously, but what they're actually singing is just... it's just so, like generic at best and just head-scratching at worst. And then, of course, the thing that everybody makes fun of is, of course, the animation, which isn't helping at all. I mean, even, like, a generic milquetoast song could possibly be saved by at least decent animation, like, to have the characters at least, you know, like... at least visually doing something interesting to hold your attention, but of course that ain't happening in this. You know, you have these, what are supposed to be, I'm sure in their heads, look like some grand epic musical number, and you just have this girl jumping around in her room, and the camera cuts, like, to maybe 3 different angles, and that's it. And this goes on for, like, 3.5 minutes. So thinking about it, I have to wonder, what was the intention of this? And the only thing that I can think of is that whoever was behind this, they must have watched Charlie Brown. They must have been like some big fan of Charlie Brown and decided, hey, Charlie Brown was a Christmas special that didn't have any, like, magical elements in it or anything. Like, you never see Santa, there's no flying reindeer or nothing. It's just, like, a calm and relaxing little half-hour segment about a bunch of normal kids and just how they celebrate the holidays, and then there's a message about what the true meaning of Christmas is. We could totally do that, but we'll basically do our own version of Charlie Brown, but we'll try and make it updated for the modern era. Now, that in and of itself, on paper, sounds like a decent idea, but of course, it all boils down to execution. And of course, the execution of this is just so awful. The characters are just, like, okay and generic at best, mind-numbingly annoying at worst. And then, of course, you've got these bland and generic music numbers that are sung very well, but just have such empty, boring lyrics. And then you've got the whole believe in Santa part, which, how does Santa even work in this thing? Like, you have the generic, oh, does Santa exist problem with one of the characters, and then somehow, you know, the Xbox PlayStation ripoff product ends up at Nicole's house. So, like, did Santa put it there, like, purposely at her house so that she would have this change of heart moment and learn a lesson or something by giving it to Ricky? But then you have other moments where, like, it's probably fairly obvious that it's the parents who gave them the gifts, so, like, is Santa even real or not in this? Like, you had that weird scene with the clouds that just so happened to go by right as the dad is talking. And then, of course, you have that shot at the end with the shadow of the sleigh going by, so it's sort of like this special wants to try to have it both ways, where we're trying to say that Santa really does exist, but then in other parts they're saying, oh, well, Santa as you think exists doesn't, but, you know, it's up to us to play the role of Santa and keep the, you know, the spirit of Santa in our hearts or something, but it just isn't very clear at all. Really, the one saving grace of this entire thing is the voice acting, but even then, it's like, you can definitely tell that with voice acting, it's not just a matter of having a good voice, it's also a matter of having good direction, because even though their voices sound okay, you can tell that they're being given bad direction because they have terrible lines to read. And then can we just like pause and talk about the grandma? Like, what the heck happened to her lines? Like, supposedly, from what I've heard, the audio for the grandma's lines got corrupted, but instead of them reshooting her scenes at all, they just kept it that way. Like, I am just so curious what the quality control was like, or lack thereof, behind the scenes here. Like, what person in their right mind listened to this?
Oh, see,
and said, oh yeah, that's perfectly okay. That's perfectly fine to put on national television. Like, there is definitely a reason that this has been considered the room of Christmas specials. Like, it's just this weird thing that seemed to just manifest out of nowhere that does have decent talent, like voice talent, and decent music and stuff behind it, but the story itself is just so generic. And of course the animation is just so awful. Like, how the heck did this come together? On paper, the ideas sound okay. Like, the idea of the kid who's, clearly doesn't have a whole lot of money and gives some gift from the heart. Then you have, like, the Scrooge type character who is really selfish and spoiled and rotten, but then learns a lesson by the end and turns nicer. And then you have the kid has their faith shaken and has to find some way to believe in Santa again. Like, these three things on their own actually do have potential to turn into a decent story, but it's like none of these elements gel together very well. But I am actually interested to see if they someday do like a reanimated project on this. I have seen a couple videos now where people have redone certain scenes with their own animation and it already looks 1,000 times better. And I find it really interesting just how many people out there are determined to take this, like, god-awful product and actually try and turn it around into a decent Christmas special. Because I think there is, like, some potential here. It's mainly just in, like, the direction and the animation, but if they just did maybe one more rewrite or two, it could have been decent. And that's probably the most frustrating thing, is when you see, like, completely missed potential in something. So I guess the final verdict, can I actually recommend this to anybody? Well, I guess the obvious answer would be no. I was almost going to recommend this specifically for bad movie fans, like if you actually get enjoyment out of watching, like purposely watching something terrible and laughing at it. There are certain scenes that I could see somebody getting a laugh out of, particularly the scenes with the grandma. But, like, honestly, this thing is just on par. It's just so mind-numbingly boring. Even if you take away the bad animation, even if it had good animation to it, just on its own, it's just so boring. The pacing is just so terribly slow. I mean, you already noticed just how many parts I had to cut out just because I was just being so quiet the whole time, because I just couldn't think of anything to say because it was just so boring. If you guys remember way back when I reacted to the Captain Marvel cartoon, I would definitely say, like, up until this point, Captain Marvel, I would say, was the worst thing that I ever reacted to on this channel thus far, mainly just in how boring it was. But I think we finally found something to dethrone it. We now have a new worst thing that I've reacted to. And it's definitely Rapsittie Street Kids, mainly in just how so, like, unbelievably boring it is. If you guys out there are interested in this at all, then all I can say is just go on YouTube and just watch somebody else's commentary on it, because anybody out there has definitely made this like funnier, like it made it seem funnier than it actually was. All of the jokes that they tell and the re-edits that they do definitely make this more bearable to watch. That's probably the only way I could possibly recommend this, is having to put, like, if Riff Tracks ever did a commentary on this, like, then definitely watch it, like, with somebody's commentary over top of it. That's the only way I can see you getting through this without falling asleep, because I almost did. That's how painfully boring this was. Well, anyway, guys, that's it. I actually finally sat through this, I don't even know what to call it, but I finally was able to get through it, and hopefully you guys managed to survive the journey with me. If you guys out there have anything else recommended for me to react to, then I'd be more than happy to, and let's just hope that anything out there is better than this and more entertaining than this. We definitely have a new #1 for the worst thing, and part of me out there hopes that this will remain #1 worst forever, because I really don't want to sit through anything that is more worse or more boring than this. But anyway, guys, hopefully all of you out there are having a nice holiday, whatever you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate anything at all, that I hope you're having a nice time off from work or school. But if there's anything out there you want me to react to, just drop me a line. Until next time, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and happy holidays, everybody.